Bird. The world of birds is amazing. If you observe your surroundings, you see several kinds of birds like pigeon, sparrow, crow, quail, parrot, eagle, myna, and many more. Parts of birds' body. Birds are the only animals with feathers. They keep them warm and help them to fly. The bird's body is boat-shaped. It has pointed head and beak to cut through the air. This is called streamlined shape. It helps the bird to fly easily in the air. There is a tail on the back of their body. The tail and the feathers help them in their movement. The tail also helps in changing the direction while flying. A bird has a hard beak. It holds the food and helps to eat nuts and crackers. It has 2 legs to move and run on the ground. They have ear holes on either side of the head, but covered by feathers. The body of birds is made up of hollow bones. They keep their body light in weight. The light body helps in flying easily. Feathers. Birds have shiny and soft feathers which cover their whole body. They keep the body warm and protect the birds from heat, cold, and water. They help the birds in flying. Feathers are of different shapes and sizes. They can be classified into 3 main forms: contour feathers, down feathers, and flight feathers. Contour feathers. They are small, stiff feathers present on the outer part of the body. They keep the body stiff and warm. These feathers give shape and color to the body. Down feathers. They are soft and fluffy feathers present all over the bird's body. They keep the bird's body warm. A newborn bird has more down feathers. Flight feathers. These feathers are large. They are present on the wings and tail that help a bird in flying. They also help in lifting the bird and provide balance. Flying in birds. The bird flies by flapping its wings up and down. The upward movement of wings is called upstroke. The downward and forward movement of wings is called downstroke. The tail helps birds to change the direction while flying. A bird lands by spreading its wings and gliding down smoothly without much flapping. Flightless birds. Birds usually fly, but there are some birds which cannot fly. They are called flightless birds. For example, ostrich, emu, kiwi, cassowary, and rhea. Types of beaks. Birds eat and hold the food with the help of beaks. Beak also helps in scratching the ground and carrying twigs and grasses while building a nest. The beaks of birds are of different types and shapes. The shape of the beak is suited to the type of food the bird eats. Curved beak. A curved beak is mostly found in parakeet and parrot. Curved beak helps to crack the nuts and eat hard fruits. Strong, sharp, and hooked beak. Hawks, owls, eagles, kites, and vultures have strong and sharp hooked beaks. These birds eat flesh. They capture animals larger than they can swallow, so they use the beak to tear them into smaller pieces. These birds are also called birds of prey. Long and slender beak. Birds such as hoops, hummingbirds have pointed, long and slender beak. The hummingbirds suck nectar from the flowers with the help of their long beak, and hoops pull the insect from the ground. Broad and short beak. A swallow has a broad, short, and sticky beak. When swallow flies in the air, it keeps its mouth open. The tiny flying insects get stuck inside the mouth because of the sticky beak. Strong and chisel-shaped beak. A woodpecker has a strong and chisel-shaped beak. Woodpeckers utilize their beak to drill a hole on the bark of the tree to get insects from the same. Broad and flat beak. This type of beak is found in water birds. The beak's outer area is covered by a small flesh. The beaks also have comb-like edges. These birds eat small insects, worms, and small plants present in the muddy water. The beaks have small holes on both the sides. The water and the mud flow out through the edges, leaving the food in the mouth. Examples are ducks and swans. Short, hard, and horny beaks. Pigeons, sparrows, and peacocks have crushing beaks. These birds use their beaks for crushing grains and seeds to make them soft for eating. These beaks are short and hard. Types of feet and claws. Birds use their feet and claws for walking, climbing, and holding food, swimming, and perching. They also use their claws for self-defense. Climbing birds. Woodpecker and parrot are climbing birds. They have 2 toes pointing forward and 2 toes pointing backwards. This type of feet help in firm grip and climbing on the trees. Praying birds. The praying birds are also called flesh-eating birds. Their feet are adapted according to their feeding habits. They also have strong and sharp claws called talons. The talons help them to catch small animals such as rats and toads. Examples are vulture, eagle, hawk, and owl. Swimming birds. Ducks, swans, and penguins are swimming birds. They have webbed feet. The front toes are joined by a thin skin which helps to push water while swimming. The webbed feet act as a paddle and help in swimming. Wading birds. Wading birds have long legs and spread out toes. Water birds such as cranes, herons, and jacanas are the wading birds. Their legs and toes help them to wade through soft, muddy ground near water to catch the fish. Scratching birds. Scratching birds use their feet and claws for scratching and digging the ground. They scratch the ground for finding the food and pull out the insects and worms from the ground. Hen, peacock, black crow, and rooster are some scratching birds. Types of nests. Birds build nests. They make nests to stay safe from their enemies, bad weather, and to protect their young ones. They use things such as grass, weak stems, twigs, leaves, pieces of cotton, wool, and cloth to make the nests. Different birds build different types of nests. Penguin. This type of nest is a simple hole in the ground. It is not so deep. Sometimes a few pebbles are added to the hole. The birds which build this type of nest are penguin, gull, nighthawk, and some others. Woodpecker. Woodpeckers make their own cavity nests by using their strong and pointed beak to make a hole in a tree trunk. Weaver bird. The nest of a weaver bird hangs from the branch of a tree. It pulls the grass in and out with its beak and weaves the nest. The bird enters its home through a tunnel-like opening at the bottom of the nest. Tailor bird. The tailor bird has a needle-like beak. It stitches the leaves together to make its nest. This is the reason it is also called a tailor bird. It also uses yarns of cotton cloth to keep the nest warm and cozy. Eagle. The eagle's nest is like a shallow cup. He makes his nest on tall trees or high place. Birds care for their young ones. Birds care for their young ones. After the mother lays the eggs, they sit on them to provide warmth. The newborn baby birds are weak. Their eyes are closed and they are featherless. The parents feed and keep them warm. They protect their babies from enemies and bad weather by covering with their feathers.